Hi there, I'm Nigel and welcome to Gadabouting, my first attempt at a YouTube channel. And what I'm going to do is just say, why do a channel, what to expect, and and when all this are kind of be happening. So let's get to it straight away. So why do a YouTube travel channel? Well, I guess why not? I'm 61 years old, and I always travelled. When I was younger, spent a lot of time in Asia. Just doing the usual stuff, and yeah, life happens. Lots of changes, and so about 6 years ago, I thought, you know what, let's just go and do some more exploring, and the challenge was sort of fitting it all in. I run a business and I have childcare responsibilities, um, co-parenting two amazing boys, but I didn't want to give it up. And the way that I managed to negotiate it was um, every 2 months being able to go away for 5 days, and to think, yeah, it still can be done. If you go away, you don't have to go away for months and months on end. It can just be for 5 days, and just to go to one place. So I guess the other reason for me was, I follow a lot of YouTube stuff and I love it. It's really informative, and you can get, I follow people that are building houses in Greece and cycling around the world, or doing all sorts of fantastic things. And I find it really inspirational. And I thought, you know what? Um, when you get into your 60s, you don't have to do an all-inclusive holiday. There's an opportunity to do, to just be an independent traveller still, and that's what I like. So, I'm hoping that, if I'd encourage one person, that would be great. To think, yeah, let's not just book some package holiday. It still can be done. And one of the really sort of, I guess, the one of the important reasons for doing this is to get out of my comfort zone. Do something which is completely new to me. And there'll be questionable video techniques. Do you know what? It's kind of, I'm doing this on my iPad. When I go away, I'll be doing it on my phone. I'm going to be using iMovies to start with, just to see how it goes, and I'm going to just make it up as I go along. But that's fine. That's absolutely fine. And but it's a challenge to myself to do this, because I hate having my photo taken. I hate having, yeah, taking selfies and stuff like that. So to do this, is going to be a real challenge for me to actually do a video. And and I guess the other reason is, when I've gone away, I take pictures. I'm not saying I'm a photographer, but I like taking photos, and I get some compliments. I put them up on Instagram, and I get a lot of really nice complimentary sort of comments about my photography. And I thought, well, why not sort of branch out and use video as well. So yeah, that's my why, to be able to do this. And and also, in the last, I guess, how long have I been doing this for now? Traveling for sort of 5 days. I've gone away for a bit longer sometimes, but I've been, wow, let me see, I've been to Morocco 3 times, Italy, which I love, was in Rome again not so long ago, Sicily, absolutely love Sicily, and I'll be going back there on this channel again. Been there twice already, but definitely going back there. Been to Berlin, Lisbon, cycled round Holland, cycled round Belgium and France. Last year I went to Montenegro, Athens, Budapest, Cairo, Slovenia, and also some, you know, it's not all about going abroad, you know. It's in the UK, you know, I've sort of embraced camping again, you know, after years, you know, and found a fantastic campsite in the Brecon Beacons, and I'll be going back there, and I'll do something there too. You know, some great places in the, like the Four Waterfalls Walk in the Brecon Beacons, and lots of other places. You know, I live in a lovely town in Somerset, and there's loads of really interesting stuff to do, stone circles, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, that will be on this channel as well. And so yeah, what to expect, you know, like I just said, this channel is mostly going to be about travel, but sometimes I may include sort of other stuff, you know, that people might find interesting, I don't know, but you know, we'll see how it goes. And I go away every 8 weeks, so every 2 months I'll be going away for 5 days. So when am I recording this? It's Thursday. Next Tuesday I'm going back to Morocco. So I'll tell you all about that in my next video, which will be like a planning video. But and then after that I'm going to Albania, and then I'll be going to Rotterdam and then Porto. So they're the trips I've already booked up, so they're the places that I'm going to go to next. And but if you have any sort of travel ideas, you know, or if you live in those places and you somehow stumble across this channel, and there's interesting stuff to do in those places, yeah, please hit me up and let me know. One of the other aims for this channel is, you know, and I don't, you know, I've got no schemes to get a cheaper flights or, you know, anything like that at all. I just use, you know, what's out there, what everyone else uses, you know. I get most of my flights on Kayak, most of my accommodation on Booking.com and Airbnb. So yeah, you know, I'm not really going to be teaching anyone any hacks to get cheaper flight or whatever, you know. But what I do is I'll give you just, you know, some tips to how I do it, you know, and I'm no expert, and, you know, I'm sure there's lots of cheaper places out there, you know, to find. But I'm really into social history. So wherever I go, you know, this channel won't be about going to nightclubs and, you know, all that kind of stuff, you know. You know, as someone in their early 60s, you know, I love social history. I love ancient archaeology, museums, galleries, architecture, botanical gardens, Japanese gardens, and, you know, just going to all these different places which I've been. And yeah, just having a look around. One of the nicest things I like doing is just finding a street corner, you know, a nice street corner, having a coffee, and yeah, and just, you know, chilling out and watching the world go by. What's also become important as well is, you know what, I used to, when I went away, I used to stay in hotels and Airbnbs. You know, still had a good time, you know, still met people and that kind of stuff. But the beginning of last year, the first trip I did, or the second trip I did, was in Lisbon. I went to Lisbon, and I don't know why, but I thought, actually, you know, I'm going to go back to staying in a hostel, to stay in hostels, and I've done that ever since. And I've stayed in some fantastic hostels, the one in Lisbon. There was one in Lisbon which was fantastic. One in Berlin which was really brilliant, you know, and there was one in Rome as well, which I stayed in recently, and it's been really nice because you know, just meet other people traveling, and I'm a people person, you know, and it's nice to meet, you know, people from different countries and find out different perspectives on the people's perspective of the world, and you know, and how they feel about stuff. And what I will try to do on this channel is, if people want to get in front of the camera and talk about their lives and what brings them to this certain places where I'll be, that would be great. But I'm mindful that I'd want to, you know, to talk to people my age, you know, because ultimately this kind of channel is kind of, I want to aim it at people maybe in their late 50s, early 60s that maybe it may be forgotten about traveling and maybe want to start up traveling again. So yeah, what else to expect? Well, like I said, I'll talk about planning. I'm also a minimalist. So when I go you know, when I go away on my trips, I take very little with me, and I thought that might be interesting for people to, yeah, you know, to look at. The first time that ever happened to me was when I was in India, and like everyone in India backpacking, I had a huge rucksack full of everything, and unfortunately at the time, all my stuff got nicked on a train. Everything, money, everything that I had, and I managed to. It was the days of travellers checks. That's how long ago it was. But I managed to get my travellers checks sorted and refunded, and I then spent probably about 5 months traveling around India, and I got a guy on a street corner to make me a cotton bag, and I got some couple of linen shirts made, and a cotton sleeping bag, and it just hung over my shoulder, and I travelled around India with just that for the rest of the time, and you know, getting very judgmental about all the people that were walking around with these huge rucksacks and stuff, and I just had this little bag, and so I like to travel light, and I do, and yeah, one of the videos which I'll do, and I guess that just brings me on to the sort of how many videos I'll be doing, and what they might include. So this is just my introduction one, and I'm mindful that it's, God, I've been chatting for almost, well, 13 and a half minutes, so I will end it soon. But just to say when. So I'm flying out to Morocco on Tuesday. So one video which I'll do probably about a week before I do a trip is do a little planning video, and talk about like where I'll be going, sort of why I want to go there, you know, what do I want to see, talk about where I got my flights, how much they cost, where I'll be staying, and when I go away, I like to use public transport, and so I'll be talking, you know, about how I'm going to get around, maybe some tips on, you know, using public transport in various places, maybe how to get to and from the airport. You know, all this stuff is really easy to get, but you know, hey, just in case. And then I'll do another video, which actually I'll do on the trip. So, and you'll have to forgive me in advance, because like I said, I have very little experience of using, and I will be using my phone to start with. So I'm just going to see how it goes. Hey, but you know, for me, the good thing is to do it. You know, it's not about perfection. It's just about doing it. So, so yeah, I'll be doing daily sort of updates about the trip. You know, if I'm going somewhere really interesting, you know, I'll take the camera with me and just talk about it and stuff like that. Then I might do a week later, do maybe a little reflection on the trip. I'm really not sure yet, but I will be videoing other things as well. You know, I like a good stone circle. I like walking in nature. I've got into ice baths recently, and yeah, just random stuff that might come up. But anyway, that's me finished with my first vlog, and on Sunday or Monday I'll put another video on, which will be my second one, which will tell you all about my up and coming trip to Morocco, and this will be my fourth trip to Morocco in the last couple of years. Really like it there. I'll probably talk about the other places that I've been in Morocco. This trip is going to be slightly different to the others, but I'll tell you all about that in the next one. So if you've stumbled across this, thank you so much for stumbling across it. And as always, everyone always seems to say at the end of their vlogs, if you like this video, you know, click like or click on the subscribe button if you want to just find out more. I'd be really grateful. Always lovely to get feedback from people about, but please be kind, you know, and yeah, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.